will demonstrate you or explain you the basic design of a form, how we add fields to a form, how we add different type of menus to the form. So we'll take this together itself. So to design any form, it can be a regular form, display only form. You have to go here, right click, and then you can create these form, the regular and join form. So I'm taking a regular form. This is a regular form. So as we explained before also, you get these core fields. Either you can use them or you can just drag them here, and or you can disable them. So now to design this form, there are a lot of things which we can use in Remedy. So if I right click here, then I can go here, create a new field. So I have a lot of things with which I can design. Let's say this panel, I have Korean panel holder, split panel holder. So let me take this panel. So let's say I'm using this panel. Now what I can do, I can give color to this. So I will go to the properties. You can change the label of this panel, and also there's a border color, there's a background color, border thickness also you can change. So let me change the background color. By default it's white, so let me use some color. Okay, let me use this. So you can also use a gradient here. If you click here, the color will be a gradient color, but I'll not use it. So you can see this color of panel has changed. Now I can create new fields here in this panel. So now let's say my panel is blue, so I need to also color these fields. So what I will do, I'll double click this. So I'll go to the properties. So here in the color, so I can change this label color, let's say to white. You can see the color has changed to white. Similarly, I can also make this bold. So I can go here, and here also I can change the label font. So you can set this to header text 1. Let's say doesn't look good with generic name, so let me give it a. So I'll go to the display only properties here. Let's say I'll give this. So this is somebody's name. It's a name field. So this is how it will look like. Similarly, you can add also a label here. Let's suppose you want to add a label, so I can create a label in the form of where it is, yeah. So I can use this trim text to create a label here. So if I go here, let me see, I'll go again to the properties. So the default color, you can change it depending upon your need. So here the text can be changed. Let's say I will say this is HR application. It's just an example. And the background mode, if you select opaque, then it will also display its background. Otherwise, if you say transparent, it will change this to transparent. So here what I will do, I will go here and I will change the style. So I will say header 1, and also what I will do, I will change this label color. So let me give some color which is ideally white will be good with this. So I can give this as a white, or I can use some other color also. Or let me change the background of this from blue, something which is used normally in the applications. Let me use this color. Or if you want to, you do not want to use either of these colors, you can define your custom colors here. So you can give something like this, and you have to click from here, add to the custom. It will come here. I'll say okay. You can see now the color is changed. So this is just a panel. You can add different fields, design them. Similarly, you can add some other fields like a drop down list. So you can change the now the setting, how you can align it, that also I'll explain you. Just you take this field, copy this field, and then these settings get enabled. So this changes basically that this one will change the size of this data. So if I click here, you can see this has expanded. So the data, the text field size has aligned it with this field. So now if what I need to make this field look aligned with this field, so first I will select this field, then I will select this field, then click here, it will value the size, and then if I say size label, it will label the size. Sorry, it will align the this label. Now similarly, let me add one more field here. Let's say date and time field. Now again I will do the same. I will use this trim. Now if I have to align it in a straight line, then I will click, this is align left option we have, so it will align it. If I use this, it will align it on the right side. So now I will again use the left alignment. Similarly, you have this align top. So align top is, if I click here, let me say if I bring this here and here, and I say align top, this is aligned with it. Similarly, align middle will align the center of these two fields, and if I say align center, it will bring these two fields together. And if I press Ctrl Z, I will go back to the previous alignment. So you can also use Ctrl Z here. So similarly, now what I will do is one more alignment, which is, let me click this again, align it to the left. Now there's one alignment called vertical alignment, which is this. So if I click here, we'll see these are aligned vertically. Similarly, I can do an horizontal alignment. If I have 2-3 fields, let's suppose I have this here, and this here. Let me just expand this to give you an understanding. So I say, sorry, I cannot align them. So now to select all the fields, you have to click on one field, press Ctrl, then click another. Okay, now for this we don't get options. So let me see this align center. Sorry, I'll keep it as it is. So these are different ways of designing a form, putting different fields, options. So here I used a panel, but there are a lot of other things which you can use, like you can use this tab panel holder. So it will give you a panel with tabs, so you can put different fields in different tabs. So for example, I will use this. Put it here. So I can add this field to here. Okay, I need to change the background of this first. So to make changes of a to the panel holder, you have to directly click on the top, and it will open the properties of panel holder. But if you want to change the properties of a particular panel, you click here, and then here double click. So you will go to the color of this. So let me select the background color. I have to change the background color. So I will use the same color as it is here. Again, I will use the different color. Okay, now I can add these fields here, one panel, and this field to another panel, and here this I can keep it like this. So similarly, there are other options. Create new field. You can create this accordion panel, the way which BMC default application is built. so you can use it. You can this is another type of design in the remedy which you can use. So let me add another one. Okay, then we have this splitter panel. Sorry, let me see. Then you have this collapsible panel, so this is like this, so you can automatically have a they are somewhat similar, but there is a difference between them. And now also let me see, there's one more. Okay, yeah, there are these options also where you can say this horizontal navigation you can design, vertical navigation you can design. So here you have to add this horizontal navigation, so you can read about this. Now the other important thing is for a form, you can also have different views. Currently you can see this is a default administrative view, so I can create different views of the form. So if I click here on the form and then I can say create a new view, so I can use a standard or a web alternate fix. Let me normally use a standard recommended. So you can see now the new view has created. So when you're opening this form from a workflow, then you can see you can decide which view you want to see. So a form can have number of views in remedy. So let's say this view has these two panels, and let me move these to the, now I will show you how to move a field to a different view. Now I have to double click this. Currently if I go to this views option, so it will be in a, it's currently on this view only, default administrator. So I have to add this to view 2. I will say here select it, say okay. Now okay, just a minute. Let me move this panel to different view. Currently it is okay. You can see now this panel has moved to view 2 also. And here what I can say, currently there are 2 views defined. I can remove this from the default view. You will see this has removed from the current view. So now when we will open this view, we will not see this panel, and when we will open this view, we will see only this panel. So this is how you can design different views in remedy, design a form. Now let me save this and see test or design view. So I will go here, refresh this, I have to re-log in. So I'll directly open this view from here. So by default it will show me the default view, which is the primary view. But in case you want to open the other view, then you can you have to use workflow. So you can say these are different you can say design created for a form. So similarly to this particular panel, I can add a table. I have already explained before. So there are number of tables you can add. You can add this table, list view, tree view, and cell based table. Normally this is the table we use across remedy. So let me just do one thing. Let me drag this. So table is basically a container where you can display data from different forms or different tables, I mean to say. So or you can also display the data from the same form. So here if I go to the table properties and in the columns, if you click this button, so you will see from which form you want to display the data. You can change this form to any uh, any form you want. Let's say this student details, I want to display it here. So I will select this because this was the form created. So it will give you the fields and the qualification based on what you want to display the data. If you want to display all the data, then leave this blank. So otherwise normally it's advisable to add qualification. So let's say I will add request ID is not equal to null. So this is just an example. You can use your own qualification. So I will say I will add the student class, student name, and roll number. So here in this also you can redesign them, move them up and down. So let's say this name, I will move this to up. Now the name will be the first column. Okay, now this is the table, and similarly on this, sorry, I had it to the second view. Anyways, we can again move this panel to the first view also. So I'll just again change the properties here. I'll say add. Okay, I'll save this. Now it will be, so this is again, let me delete this. Now if you want to delete, this is the option. Select the field, then say delete, say yes to all. This is my panel 1. I will just say take it here. Okay, now let me do one thing here. I'll drag it here. So to panel 2 I will add 2 other tables. This is tree view, and I will add cell list. So here also you can double click, select columns. I will use the same student details. Okay, so we will use the same fields, which is student name, student class, student roll number. Okay, and then I will say, sorry, to this particular table, go to the properties. Just a minute. Yeah, so here I will use this student details again. Qualification I will not use. Name, class, division. Say okay. Add. So I will save it. Now I have to flush the cache. I refresh it. So you can see the panel 1 is showing table like this. So if I click refresh, it will display the data from the student form. Similarly, I have this one, refresh it here. You can see this is also displaying data in a table but in a different format. But to this, I think there is some issue with this. We just added a button here for this form, and then if you go here, refresh it, the data will come. I will show you. So go here, refresh it, you will see the data in a tree structure. Thank you.